Blah, 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 blah. Hey, what's going on? It's Matt. It is Friday. It is time for another episode of My Two Cents. This is the weekly series where I complain about something that, I don't know, has been on my mind, or, people are talking about in a different forum, and I'm just going to talk about it on this forum. It's meant to start a conversation and to get some people's blood boiling. This week we're going to talk about gear snobs. Now, what do I mean about gear snobs? Well, gear snobs exist in all forms of social media and all forms of things that people can actually look you in the eye and tell you what they think. They're people who suggest gear when a beginner or intermediate person asks an honest question like, what rod should I get? What reel should I get? What's the best for this? And the gear snobs, and I happen to kind of do this in my own little weird way, so I'm not going to, I'm at fault for this stuff too as well. We recommend stuff that is just pricey, because sometimes really good gear is pricey, but that's not totally true, and I'll get to that in a minute. So what ends up happening is, let's just use Facebook for an example. Somebody comes on and says, what kayak should I get? What rod should I get? What reel should I get? And here's what happens. There's a couple of honest answers, and then somewhere on those honest answers, there's conflicting views on a particular product, and then the bickering starts. And then the total chaos starts where people are like, you're an idiot. And sometimes it's all in jest, but I've actually seen these things escalate to where people are like, I gotta delete this post because somebody asked what shoes to get, or what waders to get, or what rod to get. It's absolutely ridiculous. Now, what I really want to focus on is how the younger anglers in this sport really perceive this stuff, because Facebook is a public forum, and 9 times out of 10, a 13-year-old can have a Facebook account, and they're on a fishing forum, and they ask a question because they see the older guys fishing with nice stuff. So they ask a question, what should I get? And we rattle off some sort of $400 combo, and this kid's just scratching his head being like, oh my God. And I kind of want to debunk, and I kind of want to tackle this head on. Some of the best gear on the market is extremely expensive, but some of the best gear on the market too is also very, very reasonably priced. Case in point, one of the best reels I've ever thrown in my life, and yes, $100 is expensive, is the Lose LFS. It's a $99 reel. I loved that reel. That reel would cast a mile, had very, very minimal settings. You could dial it in very quickly, and it was just an overall good beat-up workhorse reel. Now, the reason why I'm bringing all this stuff up is because, since this channel has grown and my Instagram has grown, people come out and they reach out to me and they say, what should I get? What should I do for this? And I always tell them these things. First and foremost, if it's a kayak, buy used. If you can get a good deal on a used kayak, you're going to get more bang for your buck, and you won't have to upgrade later. Second of all, if you can't even do that and you've got $100 to your name, then basically go get something that floats. If you just really want to get on the water and you're not going into a river system or a big water system, put on a PFD and get out there and fish your pond in a $150 Tamarack. I don't care, because I don't care what you fish out of. I don't care what gear you have. I care about how you perceive yourself as a fisherman, and how you perceive yourself and perceive yourself as, an overall human being. So gear snobs, I think we need to stop with this stuff. I think we really need to kind of stop giving advice on products that don't sponsor us or pay us to do those things, because there's certain people out there that are like, you need to buy this because of this. And then there's somebody else, like I said, on the other side is like, you need to buy this because of this. So here's my overall take on all this stuff. Gear snobs. So, we have a very, very competitive landscape that we deal with when it comes to fishing. And it's not fishing tournaments. We're competitive with other fishermen, which I think is just stupid. We should all be out there trying to have a good time and catch fish, and have a couple of laughs along the way. So when dealing with gear snobs, I think that people should do their own research. If you have a question on Facebook, don't leave it to the gear snobs. Set a price range. This is my price range. This is what I want to use it for. Ask an educated question. Ask a well-researched question, and you won't get those idiotic responses. I think for the younger anglers that are watching this, Don't buy the most expensive stuff because somebody else has it. Buy what's best for your budget, because some of those guys who buy the $300 setups, you'll find out like 3 months later on Facebook they're selling it because they can't pay their rent. And I think that's kind of comical, because you don't need the best gear to be the best fisherman. Some of the best fishermen I know don't even have fish finders on their kayaks. Well, they used to not, but now he does. You know who I'm talking about. Anyway, this is kind of like a little rant. This is kind of like a little PSA announcement. Like, if you're gonna buy some gear, don't listen to the gear snobs. Listen to what your wallet will tell you, and buy what you like and buy what you do your research on. Asking open-ended questions on any forum is just gonna get you a whole bunch of trouble. Do your research, ask educated questions. That's it for this little rant and rave. If you're looking for another good series to watch every Friday, go over to Online Outdoorsman. I'll put a link to his channel somewhere in this general area. Ethan's a really cool guy. He and I have been talking a lot lately. He does a little segment every Friday as well that I enjoy watching. Thanks for watching this one. Like, subscribe. Talk to you soon. Thanks.